All right, in this step, we are going to take our finished puzzle cube. This is my puzzle cube with 5 pieces, and we're going to make it into an animation or an exploded view. So this will be a virtual answer key is what we're going to make here. So again, I'm in my puzzle cube file. I've got my 5 components over here. I'm going to change my workspace to animation. Right now, when I first get into my animation, because this is going to turn into a drawing eventually, I want to make sure that I've got an isometric view. So if you're looking at it and it's not a true isometric view, maybe one side's going at a 38-degree angle and this line here is not centered, go ahead and click on that house first. So we've got a true isometric view. And then you're going to use your 2 fingers down on your stylus to take and zoom out. So I'm taking my 2 fingers and I'm zooming out because I want to have a little bit of space around this thing. We're going to take and move these parts around. So I don't want to be zoomed in super tight to start with. Okay, then we're going to come up to the transform area and we're going to click this icon with the 4 arrows. And then I'm going to select a component. So I'm going to select that component just by clicking on it. Right? And as we move these pieces around, we want to drag them in one direction. We don't want to move them like multiple times. We just want to drag them straight in one direction. And it should be a direction that would make sense to take this thing apart. So this yellow piece I'm dragging up and to the right. I'm not dragging it down in this direction because that wouldn't make sense to pull this through my entire puzzle cube to take it apart. Okay. The other thing we need to do is come over to this menu and make sure we've got our visibility turned on for these trail lines so we can see these dots in here. Okay. So I'm happy with how that yellow piece looks, so I'm going to click OK. And you can see I've pulled that piece off. Now we're just going to repeat that process for these other parts on here. Right? So again, don't forget to check trail visibility line as we're doing this. The other thing I want to mention to you is as we're pulling this thing apart, we can probably get away with leaving this middle piece right where it is. We're not going to have to move all 5. Typically, we just move 4 when we're doing this project. And as you're moving these pieces, when you're all done, they should not overlap with each other. So I should have a clear view here of how all 5 of my pieces look when they're separated. So there is my animation file. If you come down here, you can click the play button and it'll give you a real short exploded view. If you wanted to extend that out, you could take and click on these little boxes down here and you could expand them to make that video take longer. You're just turning in hard copy drawings for this standard, so you don't need these ones actually finished. That is what you need to do for this step.